wanted to make this video for anyone who's struggling and needs encouragement because I want you to see what's possible for you, and I want to show you how I did it. I'm happily married. I live in a beautiful penthouse right next to the beach. I live in my dream state, California, which I wanted to move to ever since I was 15. I got to hire my sister full-time and took her away from her annoying 9-to-5. And we had our best year as a business so far. We generated $1,064,850.30 in 2020. Yes, there's definitely been ups and downs, but as any successful entrepreneur will tell you, that's part of the fun. So I want to take you to a time about 8 years ago when I first started my business. At the time, I was $100,000 in debt. I was living in a terrible neighborhood with 5 other roommates. And that year, I made a whopping $63.22. You heard that right, $63.22. And I never forgot, at one point I could not even afford my own groceries. I had to put some of the items back, and the kind cashier lady was so sweet about it, but it was so embarrassing. During that time, I was so down in the dumps that I actually made a video sharing that I was determined to make it, that I was going to be successful. And I haven't watched that video since, but I thought we could watch it together.
I'm recording this video with the intention of showing you guys where I started, because when you see this video, I am going to be successful. And I'll be making...
Just hear how sad I was. I could tell I was really down in the dumps at that time. But I think I always had that vision. Like, even here, I'm making this video for my future people. It wasn't even for me, it was for other people.
And I'll be making a lot of money, and I'll be in a nice office with a great...
Oh, a nice office. I remember that.
Mac setup, just like I want. But I want to...
With my Mac setup, which now I bitch about every damn day. Because it's so slow.
Show you right now where I'm at right now, so that wherever you're at, you'll know that it gets better.
So I just said, like, wherever you're at right now, you know it gets better. And I just love that even at that point, I wanted to help other people. Like, even though I was broke as can be, having my groceries not being able to check out, I actually find it really inspiring that even then I wanted to help other people. Like, that inspires me.
So here's where I'm at. I'm strategically positioning my chair so that you can't see the crap that's all around me. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to...
Wow, this is really hard to share with people.
Push the chair away. And you can see, oh look, I was hiding those boxes.
Yeah, I was not living in a great place. Wow, makes me so grateful for what I have right now. Holy cow.
And then if you look, I moved my camera over this way.
Wow.
More boxes.
Wow.
This is not the environment that I want to live in. I'm in a poor home.
I like have it pause. It's hard to watch. I'm only 40 seconds in and it's come far.
I do not pay very much money for it at all. But it's what I can afford now.
I think my rent was like $200 a month, if that, and that's what I could afford at the time.
Where I'm at right now. And I'm recording this video because in, say, a year, 2 years from now, I want to share this with you because I want to show...
I was ambitious. I was like, in a year, 2 years from now. It's like 8 years later, I'm finally sharing it.
Show you.
It's because I've been busy working.
Show you where I started. I truly did start from the bottom up. I have $90 in the bank account right now. I can't...
$90 in the bank account. I say it all the time. That's what this video is referencing. It was hard for me, even at this time, to be vulnerable, even in a video to myself, to admit that I wasn't happy with where I was, or to admit that I wanted more. That was really hard to put even in a video to myself.
Not afford the business coach that I have. And yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Did you guys hear that? Can't afford the business coach I have. Even at that point, I found a way to make it happen.
I have invested in her, and I work my ass off to raise the money on the side so that I can pay for the knowledge that she's sharing with me. Because it's...
Yeah, I sound really tired. And I worked really hard. I remember with my first business coach, I worked so hard with odd jobs on the side to be able to pay for her because I knew that was going to get me the future that I wanted.
It's worth it to me because I'm making decisions to get myself out of this place that I'm in right now. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And if you're seeing this and if you're in a place like this, or you feel like, oh, like all these people are in their fancy offices and I'm not in a fancy office. Well, you know what? Right now I'm not either. And I'm not going to show you this to you guys.
Wow. You know, if you're working in a place that doesn't look like a Pinterest perfect worthy place, I wasn't either at the time. It's okay.
I'm not going to show you this to you guys for another 2 years until so when I'm successful, you can see where I came from. Anyways, love you girls. Bye.
I don't think when I made this video, I don't think I realized how far I was gonna come. Like, I know where my mind was at that time. I wanted to make $100,000 in a year. Like, that was my goal. That was making it. And it was making it. Like, that's amazing. I mean, I think a lot of people think that, you know, I came from wealth or I was born into a wealthy family, but clearly that's not the case. And I think it's really good to share that. Like, I'm really glad I made that video. I'm really glad I took the time to do that because I can share that now. And hopefully it will show you, hey, like, I get it. I've been there. And if you work hard enough, if you persevere, you can have it too. Maybe a lot of you watching are in a similar position to where I was at that first video. Maybe you haven't signed your first client yet, or you haven't hit your income goal yet, or you're feeling really overwhelmed and really stuck. And so what I wanted to do with the rest of this video is I wanted to share with you some practical lessons that I've learned that have got me from there to where I am now. Number 1. It won't work right away, so give it time. If you notice in that video, I said in a year or 2, I'll be successful. I'm actually sitting here 8 years later and I'm finally making this video. So it won't work right away. It might not work right away, and that's okay. Just give it time. Be willing to be in it for the long haul. 2. The process is actually gonna go a lot faster and you'll learn a lot more if you commit to taking action rather than over planning everything. Just get out there, get stuff done. Don't overthink it, don't overanalyze, don't let analysis paralysis hold you back. Just start taking action. You're gonna get to your goals so much faster when you do things. For example, instead of planning out an entire year's worth of social media content or even entire month's worth of social media content, just write, publish, and upload your most recent Facebook post or your most recent Instagram post. Don't overanalyze or don't overpost things, just get it out there and get it done. 3, always stay focused on gratitude. It shifts you from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. So instead of focusing on what you don't have, start making a list of what you do have. Recently in one of my husband's podcasts, I was listening to it because I'm a super supportive wife and I love it. He mentioned making a list of 10 things that you're grateful for. And I think that that's a great idea. Start every day by making a list of 10 things that you're grateful for. And I think you'll find that it'll shift your mindset quite a bit from freaking out, I don't have anything, to I'm actually living a life of abundance right now. And you'll start to really feel grateful for what you do have, and that will in turn attract more abundance into your life.
Grateful for my wifey.
Yay. You're cute. 4, reach out for help. Probably get a business coach if you can afford it. As you can see in that video, even when I really didn't have any money, I worked 2 other jobs. I sold my clothes. I sold stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I did whatever I could to hire a business coach because I knew that that was gonna make the difference for me. But I know that not everybody can afford it. And so what I would advise you to do if you can't afford a business coach is ask for support in my free Facebook community, Successful Female Entrepreneurs. We have about 60,000 women in the group now. And it's just an amazing community of women who are there to help support you, to help encourage you. So if you've been feeling a little lonely in your entrepreneurial journey, make sure you just introduce yourself to our community. Let us love you. Let us say hi to you. Let us support you. Let us encourage you. Number 5. This one's a little bit more specific and maybe a little bit further down the road for you, but it's a lesson that I learned honestly even in the last few months, as you can see here.
So right now I have about 20 amazing employees, 20 people that work for me, and I spend about $30,000 per month in labor. Now this involves independent contractors, we have a couple full-time people, but for the most part, these are independent contractors, independent team members.
At the time, I had 24 employees and it was actually pretty chaotic. It was too much miscommunication, too much not paying attention to my profit margins, too much insanity. And so we've pared down and it's actually quite simple now. We have a very tiny team, we have a very tight team. We actually get more done at less cost to me and less chaoticness, right? It's just smooth, it's streamlined, everybody's really tight-knit and it's awesome. So I would say just know that you don't need a really, really huge team to be successful. We have a really tiny team now and we do really well. We actually make more money now. Number 6, take care of yourself so you don't burn out. So many entrepreneurs make this mistake as they grow their business. They work really, really, really hard. They don't take care of themselves. They let their health fall by the wayside. They burn out. They a lot of times have a lot of issues with adrenal fatigue. I would recommend you take care of yourself, not from just a physical place, although that's really important, but also from a mental place. It's okay if you need to take time off. It's okay to give yourself a break. We glorify the hustle, but if you hustle all the time and you don't refill your cup up, you don't renew your energy, you are going to crash and burn. So you have official permission from Maria to give yourself a break if you need it so that you can be in the game for the long time. Number 7, be willing to ride out the ups and downs. Entrepreneurship is like a roller coaster. You're gonna have very high highs and very low lows. But if you aren't willing to ride out those lows, you'll give up. But what I found over the last 8 years, if you're willing to ride out those lows and you don't quit and you don't give up, then you have these highs and you get to celebrate. And then there's more lows and then there's more highs. It's a roller coaster. You're in your startup stage, right? It's just very up and down and very up and down and very up and down. And in case you needed a visual, the entrepreneurship roller coaster looks something like this. I even made t-shirts because I wanted to celebrate. We always celebrate the highs. I wanted to celebrate the lows too, because that is the full picture of what it's like to be an entrepreneur. So remember, commit to the highs and the lows. You have to be willing to go through the lows if you want to get to the highs. And honestly, when you have fun, when you just do fun things like make t-shirts like this, little hoodies. I have all my team members have little hoodies. It's so much more fun. Like you actually have a really, really good time. And when you're having fun, you tend to stick with things longer. So be willing and flexible and okay to ride out those ups and downs. As you can imagine, this video is very special for me to both film, for me to share with you. I hope you appreciated it. I hope you liked it. I hope it inspired you. I hope you got something out of it. If you liked this video, please be sure to like it. Obviously that helps with YouTube, but also lets me know that these are the kind of content that you guys want me to create. If you want to see more videos like this, you don't want to miss any, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I share really helpful content, both on how I grow my business, but also really valuable behind the scenes looks into what it is like to run a 7-figure business. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my handle up there. I'm also going to link to it in the description, and I'll see you over there.